morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this big old spinning ball of... My name is Jade and this is How to App on iOS. And today we got something incredibly fun for you indeed. I can't wait to look at this. I've been playing with this more than I play with myself. Ooh, yeah, and that's a lot. Alrighty dokie. Oh, Pete's possessed my body. What's going on? Hey, if you are watching over there on Facebook, welcome to you. What are you doing? You can come over here to YouTube at youtube.com/JadeStarr and join in the awesome community here at YouTube. Also, you can catch us on the website at howtoapponIOS.com, where I every day embed the show into that very browser so you can do it from the browser, if you are so inclined. And also, if you are watching this on the replay, remember there are timestamps in the description and the pinned comment on this very show, which will get you through this intro if you don't like hearing me talk crap at the start, and you can get straight to the app and avoid all of my blathering on. And there you go. So let's say hello to the folks in the audience today on this wonderful Monday morning here in Australia. Sunday for the rest of you guys. So hello, Russ 8889. How are you? Les Productions Avant. Nina, hello. Joey Helpish, buddy. Coldacre is here to take control of all of your banning needs. Tom Rochelle, howdy do to you. Ed Zielinski, how are you, my friend? I hope you got my email yesterday. Thomas Gillane Music, who we will be having on the show very soon as we kick off Behind the Song. Also, Andy Goldsby, who guess what's going to be on the show tomorrow when we do our first look at a very special episode called What Now? Where we'll be giving you some really valuable advice. Trust me on that. Also, I can see here in the chat, Doctor's Orders! Dean Thomas, hello. Goran Larson, hello to you, my friend. Welcome aboard. Gino Therese, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all that jazz. Gary Hubbs is here. Gary is a part of the clan that got me doing this show today. Yeah, look, the chat feeds are crazy. I don't know what's going on with YouTube chat feeds, but before I started the show, every message that was coming up here in the little live chat box on OBS was repeating 3 times. So I shut it down, closed it, shut it down. Something is wrong with YouTube's chat servers. It's happening across all of the channels from what I can see. Danny Broderick is here. Hello to you, my friend, as well. Have I missed anyone? Deep Gravity, hey man, it's good to see you. I hope you got an invite to Clubhouse. I know Lady Rhodaline was going to sort that out, so can't wait to see you over in Clubhouse. What's Clubhouse? Well, slowly we are sending invites out to everybody, trying to get everybody over to Clubhouse, because it's really cool. It's a really great way to collaborate with people, to go in other rooms and check out some great content creators. And unfortunately, I'm starting to see a lot of horrible stuff on there as well. Like last night I went into a room where it was 500 black people calling out a white person for racism, and the whole community was ganging up on them. There's some really evil shit happening on there as well. So unfortunately, you got to take the good with the bad, but let's focus on the good. So what we are creating there will hopefully be good also. Hello, Pete Johns. You're late for an important date, but you're here, so that's all good. Folks, after today's show, we've got Joey Helpish on after me, and then after Joey, so 2 hours from now, Pete's got a very special show for his 5 years. I nearly said 500 years on YouTube. Probably feels like that, doesn't it, Pete? 5 years on YouTube. He's doing a really special show today, which will be really cool. He's going to have jugglers, clowns, strippers. It's all going to be great. And at the end of it, I'm going to burst out of a cake and play drums on Pete's next single. Not true. All right. What's going on? Do we need to cover anything? Look, there's not really anything that's dropped in price or anything like that. There's some cool apps coming out. I can let you know that I have received in the mail my new Arturia 37 key step. So we'll be doing a review on this very, very, very soon. All right. I just need to spend a bit more time with it, and it's been sleeping with me at the moment. Oh, baby. Oh, your keys are so soft to press. Anyway, that's creepy. So today I'll be using it. So over the next few shows I will be using it, just because I think it's good to get, actually use it for a bit before I tell you all about it and go in deep on it. But today, let's just jump in and tell you all about what we're doing today. G'day, Maury P. Because this isn't an app that you need, but then as you know, I don't think every app you need, right? There are some game changers out there. I think this app is incredibly fun, and if you create lo-fi music, or you even create pop music or anything that's pretty, normal kind of, any kind of music, if you want to add something really unique and out there and it's going to possibly make a song stand way out from everything else, I think this app is not only incredibly fun and has such a great history and a great story, which I'm going to go into, but this app can add something really unique to your music. So, but let's just touch on that first point. If you're making music and it's not fun, you're doing it wrong, all right? Because that's what it's all about. If you're making music for other people, then you're doing it wrong, because you should be doing it for you, all right? So we want to have fun, and this app is all about fun, definitely. So let's go into first. So we have to have a break for the time gap. So in today's show, we are looking at the fantastic, the wonderful iOptigan. What is iOptigan? It's a recreation of an organ that was made in 1971 by a company, a subsidiary company called Mattel, a toy company. So everybody knows Mattel. If you know anything about toys, and we've all been kids. So this wonderful app has been recreated. They've painstakingly taken all the components of this amazing piece of kit and the way that it actually works to put it together to create what I think is just magnificent. So off the bat, it's $5.99 to buy it up front. Here's the good news. After I put the show up last night, I thought I'm going to get in touch with the, and it is an old app, definitely an old app. So I thought, and here's a bit of backstory. Yesterday in the Patreon show, which goes for about 3 hours, where we look at a bunch of apps on my iPad that I may not have ever opened before, this was one of them. It had been sitting on my iPad for about a year and a half, and I hadn't opened it at all. And on the show, we opened it up and had a look at it, and we all were pissing ourselves laughing, having an awesome time. So I thought, let's do a show on it. I created the show for today, and then I thought I'm going to reach out to the developer and just let him know, Stefan, let him know that I'm doing a show, because it's been out for such a long time, and because it's an old app. And he very kindly sent me 5 codes to give away to you all. So there you go. I've got 5 codes for you guys here on YouTube, and I've got 5 codes for my Patreons as well. So it does have in-app purchases. But it's super cheap, so it's about the same price, so it's about another $4.99 I think for the in-app purchases, and all it does is unlock the extra vinyl for you. So there's in-app purchases. Don't pay no attention here, because these are Australian prices, so I actually paid for this, so I paid for it on the show, and everybody who's on the Patreon saw me pay for it. So don't think that I just get free apps all the time. I definitely do pay for stuff as well. Okay, so I'm going to give you a bit of a history on what is the Optigan. What the is this thing? Well, after the show yesterday, I did a whole bunch of deep diving, and it turns out this thing is super cool. So here we go. So there's a Wikipedia up the top there if you want to read all about it. So basically, the engineering work on this project began in 1968, and the first patents issued in 1970. The Optigan was released in 1971 by Optigan Corporation, a subsidiary of toy manufacturer Mattel. Okay, with the manufacturing plant located in Compton, California, there's at least one TV commercial that's still available from this era, and guess what, folks? I have that ad and I'm going to play it for you because it is just bonza, mate. So, and what does it look like and how does it work? This thing's just, it's out there, man. So, as you can see, here's a little picture of what it looked like back in the 70s with this absolutely tacky wood paneling and this little foot switch. Man, just garish, but so hilarious. And so, how does it work? If you look at the top of this thing, if I show you the top here, so you've got this keyboard over here. And then over here to the side, you have this section here. See if I can, I can't zoom in. I can probably do it here. Yeah, this is better. Oh, dude, don't open like that. Let's click on that for now. So, really reminiscent of an old squeeze box, man. Yeah, with the little buttons here. So super old looking kind of thing. So they've recreated all of this on this app. And now the way it works, if I grab this photo here, I can't zoom in again. Let's do this. Right. So it has this little tray over here to the side, and you put in these 12-inch clear plastic optical discs way before Laserdisc, right? This thing didn't last anywhere near as long as Laserdisc, and Laserdisc didn't last long at all itself, right? So you put in these little discs, and the actual music on the discs are controlled by this section over here, and then you play along. So you play with your left hand over here with the album spinning underneath it, and then with your right hand you play along to the actual whatever's coming out of the album. You can change the key of the music that's coming out of these little plastic albums. Absolutely off the chain, yeah? So here are the albums. Look at these things. Look at these Optigan albums. So, and the developer has gone ahead and painstakingly taken all these albums and dug them all up, like got in contact with the original company, dug up the original, and some of them have more crackles on them and stuff, and recreated the exact same sound. And they've captured every single album, or little optical disc as they were called, for this particular device. So now you've seen a little bit about it, and as I said, you can read more about it. Look, it's a fascinating deep dive. And the guys who are on the Patreon will remember from yesterday, I was pissing myself laughing. I was playing this because it was just so funny, right? And then after I logged off the Patreon stream, I went and started reading about this stuff. Was like, this is so cool. This is just so cool. It takes a lot to get me excited, you know. So here we are. Look at this. So this is the Optigan.com website. And I just love this. They've kept this website absolutely retro with like this, welcome to the future of Optigan. And I think they've actually, there's been other iterations of this as it's gone on. So you can see now you can actually buy the disc player by itself. So I think there's a picture here with these guys. Oh, come on, go back. There it is here. So they're actually making this now called the Panoptigan. And you can actually buy this record player and then connect it to a synth. So if you really want the hardcore real version updated these days, they make it. But for us, we don't have to worry because we can only spend $5 or $5.99 and we can recreate it all right now on our iPads, which is just awesome. So let's and look, this website's great too. Now they're actually still selling, before I move on, they're recreating all the albums as well. So you can buy re-releases of they're making the discs again for this thing. And so here's the iOS version of it. And look, $89.99, you can actually get these discs. Yeah, Russ, I should contact them. Send me a unit, man. I love this thing. But so this is for iPad and iPhone, Gary Hub, so relax. It's all good. It's for iPhone as well. And iPod Touch. But yeah. And how cool is this? Check this out before I move on. So they've actually got a controller that they've made too. How good, how magic is this? So they've recreated it with a modern controller. Yeah. Oh my God. Look at that thing. So this thing's about $600 if I saw correctly. Yeah. Oh my God. So the actual record player, the disc player, look at that. $4,000. And I'm guessing that's USD. $4,000. But I mean, you'd have to be a super enthusiast. So why spend $4,000 and the controller's $629? The albums are $90. But we don't have to worry because at iOptigan.com we have it all here, where all the discs have been recreated perfectly as close as possible. And you can see here, so it's got MIDI, so you can plug in a MIDI controller, chord detection. You can actually record the parts and then play over the top with a different app, right? Which I'll show you that. It's not AUV3. It came out a few years ago, but who gives a shit, man? This is all the fun that you can have with it. It's inter-app audio at least. You can share the stuff you make in it. You can turn the discs upside down, so it still has the same capabilities as the original the original unit, which you could put in the discs upside down and then the music would play backwards. And it's really low on resources. So let's have a look now at the original ad from 1970 and check out, because I want to take you down this wormhole with me. I think it's absolutely so fun. So here is the original ad from 1970 from Mattel for the Optigan. Oh, hang on a minute. Let's stop that. Let's go back. I hate how the Photos app does that. You've got to...
Hi, I'm Carl Betts. I played a doctor and a lawyer, but never a musical instrument, until the Optigan. That's banjo, bass, and drums with one little finger. The right hand plays the melody. The really incredible thing about the Optigan is the variety of sounds it plays, like pop piano. Here's a whole Latin band.
Ooh, a whole Latin band!
The Optigan. You've just got to play one for yourself. Right?
Right.
The Optigan Music Maker from $250. And don't forget your little finger.
And don't forget your little finger, folks. All right, so I'm going to play a little bit of this other video here too. This gives you a closer look at it. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but let's just have a look at this.
Everyone who knows us at GeForce knows that we have a taste for the more esoteric instruments. And to be honest, there's not a lot more esoteric than this little beauty, the Optigan. Released in 1971, the Optigan was Mattel's attempt to cash in on the fledgling home entertainment industry of the 1970s.
Well, look at that thing, man. Look at those
The principle
albums.
behind the instrument was
Look at
simple,
them.
in that a
What is
style-specific
that?
disc was inserted into the instrument, and when activated, the user played a button activating a series of rhythms and sound effects with the left hand. While the right hand played the keyboard in the normal fashion.
Yeah, bring out the cheese dip. Throw your keys into a bowl, folks.
The buttons
We
were
got the
divided
cheese
up into
fondue
5
ready.
sound effects rocker switches, which could then be played momentarily or left on. There were also a series of major
These your
minor and
keys?
diminished buttons arranged
That's my
as per a
penis.
circle of fifths,
Oh,
which then play a musical motif in the corresponding key.
Oh, man. Yeah, I bet you'd be at one of those parties, Coldacre.
There were a wealth
Cool.
of discs available, and stylistically
Look at these
these
discs.
encompassed everything from bluegrass, marching bands, swing bands, country waltz, and even more contemporary styles, including Motown and rhythm and blues.
All right, cool. Cool, so there you go. There's a little bit of a look at it. So let's get into it. Let's open this thing up and see what it does, because it's fun, man. I can't say it enough. All right, so here we go. And as you can see, they've beautifully recreated it. It looks lovely. I think it's fantastic. Cold Acre says he hosted one last night. Glad I didn't get an invite to that. Alrighty, so here we go. Now I need to make sure that my keyboard is attached to this, and it looks like it is. So let's flick over to a not a full screen. So I want you to see what's going on here. Cool. So we've got all the keys working there. Let's give it some volume. Pull me down a little bit there. All right, so here's the layout, and all right, where's my mouse? Actually, we'll just go back to this screen, and we'll show you where everything is first. So we can get rid of the keyboard, the on-screen keyboard at any time, and up here you've got that. So you can bring that up at any time you like, and it actually matches the keyboard too from the original unit, which had all these numbers across the top instead of actual keys. Crazy stuff, man. Yeah. Why would you put that in? It just baffles me. Typical Mattel. Here's an opportunity to put the actual keynotes there, but no, we'll just put numbers. And for all the black notes, we'll just put pluses. Awesome. So you can turn that off at any time with a little this little thing up here in the top left-hand corner. You can bring that up. You've got your settings here. So what's really cool about this, you've got an auto disc startup. So when you put in a new disc, it'll start playing straight away. You can optimize for stereo. We'll cover that. We'll actually turn that off for now. So you hear so it gives you the original mono sound, but then you can, and because the original unit too had this stereophonic thing that you could turn on as well too, which is really cool. You've got a radio mode for buttons and for keys. Now what that is, it just means when you touch the actual knobs on the actual app, it'll keep playing. So if you don't have those on, you'll touch the knob and it'll just stop when you take your finger off. And we want that to keep going, so I don't have to have my finger constantly, one finger on the iPad, one on my keyboard. All right. So, and you can add your external MIDI device to it. We don't need to go over anything else there, just for now. So as you'll see under here too, you have a play and a record button. So you can record these sessions and then go and play over them later on if you'd like as well. So you could record a whole session, then go and export it into something like GarageBand and then play over the top with a different synth. So that's really cool too. You don't have to use the old school organ sounds that you get with each album. You could actually just record these sounds. And you can hit record and then just make your parts and then export them into another program, which is really cool. You've got a tempo here as well, so you can, over here on the right, so you can speed things up. So if I just start off by hitting this C here, now as you can hear, it's all in mono at the moment. But let's go and click over to this optimized stereo. Yeah. Now with the tempo, double click it to get it back. So you can play with the tempo. You've got your balance there for left and right speakers, so that's completely up to you. And the way this used to work, if we go back to the mono section here, so when you would play and then you play the organ appears in the right side and the music from the disc plays on the left. But with modern technology, we can make it all stereo, yeah? Okay, so you've got some reverb over here to the right side. You've got this reverb over here. and that's for your keyboard. So you'll hear. And again, these buttons were all included on the original Optigan, so you know this totally recreated beautifully. Right, now the fun bit. This is where it gets fun, folks. This is where I couldn't stop laughing yesterday. So right up the top here, where it says Here and Now, this takes you to their page where all of these albums are. And when you actually, let's see, I can't remember now. I'll tell you how many there are. So you get, because with the $5.99 that you pay for it, you get 25. So you get 25 discs just with the initial payment, but there's an additional 15 discs that can be purchased through an in-app purchase. So that's why I went ahead and bought the additional albums yesterday. You can buy them individually if you like, and you can hear them and hear what they sound like first before you buy them. Oh yeah, the album covers, man, it's so cheese. Look at this stuff. So here's the other cool thing too. You'll notice right up the top here, see this button here? It says right side up. This is where you change the album to spin it around upside down to plug it in backwards. So you'll have the sound coming through backwards. So you can buy the complete package there, which is all the extra 15 albums. So for your $5.99, you're getting a whole lot of stuff to play to go straight away, and you get to demo the ones you haven't got. So this is the banjo sing along. So if we hit demo, and it tells you what you get. So you get with each one what switches you get. So you get an organ with it, and you get a song introduction, a vamp, wood blocks. So these are the sounds that are across the top here, right? So these 5 here, these are you get different settings across there, right? So with each one, so you get 2 drums for this first one, this Here and Now. Sorry, scroll down. Scroll back up. So you get a washboard. You get 2 washboards in that one. Let's have a look at the big beat, the big band beat. Thomas Gillane is here. I'll let this finish. I said this on the stream, and anybody who's on the stream can vouch for me. I said this straight up. Thomas Gillane is going to cream over this one. This is right up your alley, Thomas. I totally know that. So then we've got a big organ and drums. Yeah, man. Can you see the one underneath? Are you ready? It's the Ringland Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, man. Oh, dude. This is what it was that made me buy it. Like, that was insta-buy for me. Oh my God. Barnum and Bailey Circus sounds? Shit, yeah. Alrighty, so, and as you can see, there's a whole lot of cool stuff here. So you got bluegrass banjos. I'm just going to go through the demos because we want So bossa nova, songs of praise next. We got the cha-cha. And who can go past champagne music? Darling, pour me another champagne.
All right, Harold.
We got some classic guitar. How good is the crackling? Oh my God. Oh my! Look at this photo of this woman touching her stump. Yeah, look, a really good idea, Russ. We should have a YML month of the Optigan, and I definitely want to use this one with the lady touching her stump. was touching my stump out in the grass, and it felt so good to me. Got a country waltz. Dixieland strut. Contemplative stuff there. Your call is important to us. We hear it. Gay 90s waltz. We'll get back to you shortly. Yes, very elevator-ish music going on. So this is Gay 90s Waltz.
Oh, look at her pussy.
Bit of gospel rock. Bit of guitar boogie. Guitar in time. I know, I'm getting to it. Some polka. I know you've all been waiting for it. And you get snare drums, drums with wood block. So we got some, looks like some moving. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was coming home one day from a night out of town, and my wife Lucy was waiting for me to punch her teeth in. Yep, so a bit of New Orleans blues. As you can see, man, this is cool. Oh man, rolling easy. I think I might kick off the demo with. Okay, so let's bring in some of these now. So, what else? Let's have a look at them. So you got to, God, look at how demented does that look? Look at those heads. This looks like a BDS film. I got to hear it. Oh my God, it's got vocals. Yeah. All right, so let's just have a look at the rest here. So we've got some more. So we've got some human vocal stuff here. You got to remember the qualities, some of them are quite poor because they've had to dig these things up and try and draw the sound off them as best they can. And you know, these are these crazy albums that interpret this technology, optical technology, into audio live as you're playing it. So, you know, yeah, Joey Alpers just says, when I see it, he's going to make an album from this. Yeah, so that'll be out tomorrow and on stores by the day after, if Joey's got anything to do with it. Let's go with this crazy. Let's start with this one. So it's got some drums, some bongos, instrumental. So all you have to do is hit load, and now it is in the system here. So this, and with each one you get a different keyboard sound. Cool. Now, how it all works across to the top. So the top buttons they're like your backing track. All right. So the last two ones will be the drums, I would suggest. And you've got two ways of doing it. You can click on the bottom bit or on the top. And you can click multiple parts. So if I turn that off, we've got drums here. And then I can add number 3. Okay. And here's where you can add these chords down the bottom here as well. So I'm going to start on a C. Fuck me. So the other cool thing, as you can see on the screen here, as you can see, you can change the actual notes. So we had a C there in major. And then if I just go down one, we go into a minor. And then we can go into a diminished. All right. Are your brains melting yet like mine was yesterday? This thing is off the chain. And I know it's really old, and I feel like I'm coming to it late to the game. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to find a groovy app like this. It's all about what it can do for you, man. And, you know, if you can have fun with this, that's all that matters. Hey, Brad Example, welcome along, my friend. Is there anyone who I've missed? Alex Backus, hello. I think Maury P, did I say hello to you? I think I did. Walton Kinder, hello to you. Look, I hope you're all getting excited about this thing because I think it's fun. So remember too, I've got 5 copies to give away. So again, as usual, just leave a comment and on this video once it goes live, and it normally takes 12 hours to go live, and leave a comment. We'll give away the codes in a couple of days. Dean Thomas says, I can't figure out a way to get into the store to purchase the discs. So up the top here, singing rhythm. So where this word is, they don't make it super easy. So where it says singing rhythm, you click there, and that'll. So now let's do this in reverse while we're here too. Let's turn this switch to upside down and see what happens now. Nothing. So it affects the top 5 buttons. You guys know I'm a shit keyboard player, so but it doesn't matter. And you'll see here, so you've got this play and record button. So when you hit play with each album that you attach, that gives you a preset recording. So when I hit play, and this shows you what you can potentially do, how you can record with this. So let's try, if we hit the record button, as soon as you start playing, and hopefully, so I'm not sure how to actually record. So I think, that's it. So I got to hit record and then play. Is that right? I don't even know. So I have since yesterday when I rediscovered it, or discovered it, I guess. Right, so you can just go across the top here as well. Like, check this out. You've even got crowd cheering. All right, I forgot. So down here as well, you've got these other sections here. So this compress expander. So what these do, so the compressor expander MIDI, so Mr. Wilson MIDI, you can add these. So walk and chew gum. Let's check this one on. Oh yeah! My crazy girl, she been walking with me and I feel alive. Oh yeah! Ah well! So you go, huh? Pretty crazy. Let's throw a few more things out of here. This thing is gold. If you can't see the fun in this, go away. Stop making music. You've lost the plot. You don't know what you're doing. So let's throw in a bit of champagne music. Yeah, a bit of champagne. Whoa. Oh dear. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, man. I gotta hear some country style. Through a couple more. A bit of Dixieland strut, yeah. Need a bit of Dixieland strut. Ooh. Right, so what I want to show you last before we go on. Now that we have this open, so picture this as well. I'll just leave it open here as a standalone. But if we go in here and open up something like AUM, right, and then bring in something really modern, you hear where I'm going here? So we've got digitalism here. Let me just go back into here and go into the settings and turn off my Arturia from being played on here. Now if I need to, I can bring the keyboard up here. So I've got the sounds here as well, but we can also go back over here to AUM, and you can open it up in here as a inter-app audio as well, remember, and make sure that we have the keyboard set here. You can mix the old with the new and really come up with something fucking nice, man, with all these fantastic new apps that we have. Yeah, so think outside of the box, not just with everything that's in here. You can do something absolutely crazy. So yeah, lots and lots of fun to be had with this thing. I think this thing's crazy. I think it's off the chain. I think it's just another thing on iOS that is putting the fun back into creativity. So look, I think that's it for the show. I think you can change the tempo, all that stuff. As I said, it's $5.99 if you want to go. Yeah, think about this. Like, I've already know how I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this in some of my mental health shows. So as you would know from the shows that I do, the stuff I do in the background, I normally use stuff like Gorse or Radio Unit. I'm going to start using this with stuff like Gorse and Velvet Machine to create even more crazy meditational stuff. You could create some really cool drones out of this as well. So, the scope to use this is far, far broader than anything else that you just see looking at it on the whole. And I think I saw Dean Thomas write up here. I'll admit I had no idea what the purpose of this app until today. I'm glad I could help you out with that, because I didn't even know I had it on my iPad for a year and a half. Yeah, until yesterday. I'm so glad that I do this show on Sunday where I get people to come on and we look at all the apps on my iPad, because if it wasn't for Russ and Tom and all the folks over at the Patreon who sit through my 3-hour show on the weekend, we wouldn't have even picked up this app. You know, it was we just opened it on a whim. Was like, what is this? Turns out it's something absolutely fantastic. So remember, I've got 5 copies to give away. So leave a comment on this video, and we'll probably give these away. What's it going to be? Tuesday your time in the rest of the world. Wednesday for me. I think that's when we're going to do it. But yeah, leave a comment. I think Dean Thomas says, I think all of us should do a song in this app and then I'll play it on the show. Yeah, look, if that's what you guys want to do, I'm all for the community here. If you all want to download it, do a song, hey, in a couple of weeks' time, send it to me. Patreons can send it to me. You can email me at jade@dreadcircus.com. Let's do that. I'm up for that too. Let's do a whole show on this crazy little thing, yeah? Man, I love it. Cool. So, yeah, Joey Helpish has his show coming up next, folks. So, yeah, we'll mix it into some thrash, says Gary. Of course, Gary Hub says, let's mix it into some thrash. Where are we? I just got to find Joey's message, because I've had a few messages since then. Where are you, Joey? There you are. So I'll just get a copy, a link to Joey's show. And remember, after Joey's show, Pete has his 5-year anniversary coming out. So there's the link to Joey's show if you want to check out what he's doing. Yeah, so head over, buy it if you like, or wait and enter the competitions if you win a copy, and then buy it. But yeah, have fun, whatever you do with it, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Make music, make mistakes, do the things that make you happy, and if music's not fun, stop doing it. Go do something else for a bit and come back to it until it's fun again. Because if it's not fun, guess what? Nobody's going to want to listen to your music if you're not having fun making it, because you can see through songs that aren't made with love and fun and had all that energy put into them. So if you're struggling that maybe somebody isn't paying attention to your song that you've uploaded to Facebook or something like that, stop thinking that shit. Did you have fun making it? Does it give you pleasure? That's all that matters, all right? And that's what this is all about for me. It's given me a whole lot of pleasure yesterday, and it's going to give me a whole lot more pleasure going forward. All right, my friends? So have a fantastic day, and there it is. You can see me priming the music. It's time for me to go. So I'll see you tomorrow with our special show with Andy Goldsby called What Now? And we'll tell you what now tomorrow, okay? So, take care, be good, make mistakes, make more music, do what makes you happy, and